between us. Hello beauties, it's Brittany. Long time no talk. I have a lot that I want to talk to you about in today's video. I thought I would have my first one be kind of just I'm gonna do some makeup, we're gonna chat, let's get real, and yeah, I'm just gonna get started. I picked up this Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray. This says that it is a matte finish, which I know all of you are very shocked that it didn't go for like the dewy formula, but one of the many things I have to update you on is the fact that my skin has totally changed. The spritzer on this is super luxurious, just like very soft and smooth, and at first I was a little annoyed that you have to like kind of press all the way down, but it really does kind of just release it in the most soft, perfect way. So I'm really enjoying this. So I'm going to use a little bit of this NARS Pro Primer. This is just a little mini baby guy that I am using up. It was, I think, like a point perk at, you know, Ulta, Sephora, something like that. Some people don't like primers. I actually find they do a lot for my skin, so I use them. You go whatever works for you. Next is eye primer. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. I actually really do like this. It is a very nice, inexpensive eye primer. So where have I been? I think that's like probably the #1 thing on your mind if you're watching this. If you care, I'm sure a lot of you have dropped off because I have not uploaded. You know what? I have just been going through a very confusing time in my life, and I'm going to be as open and honest as in this video as I possibly can, but also it's really hard to kind of just verbalize where I've been in my own mind. It hasn't been a fantastic place, but also it has been really eye-opening and very good just for my life. I'm going to try to like do my makeup to the best of my ability while I also like chat with you guys. This shade Lucy in the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne collaboration is like my perfect all over the lid, just kind of setting my primer shade. So I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush and just literally kind of haphazardly sweep this all over the lid to kind of set that primer. YouTube has changed a lot since I first started, and I started making videos in 2011, which is a very long time ago. I was in a very different place in my life. I am, 26 now, almost 27 at the end of the month, where when I first started YouTube, I was 20. I was in college, and I was definitely in a very, very different place. I was living with my parents. Everything was just different. So I've done a lot of growing up on the internet, and that's a very weird feeling, and it's very weird and hard to transition in your life, in this stage of your life, even if you're not on the internet. So if you are on the internet and putting yourself out there, it makes it even more confusing and more weird and just like, I don't know, very, very strange. And I have not gotten big on YouTube, I wouldn't say. I mean, I have a very beautiful following, and I definitely love and appreciate all of you guys. I'm taking the mirror sticker off of my Huda Beauty palette. Oh, so fantastic when you can like pull a sticker off the mirror. It's like being reborn. A lot of people have not liked this on YouTube, but I personally have really been loving it. It's the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. I'm going to take a little bit, I think, of Coral Punch, Sweet Tea, Ice Pop, Old Fashioned. I'm just going to start to kind of build the intensity up in the crease while I chickadee chat with you guys. Starting with Coral Punch. It is definitely a powdery palette, which I think is a big complaint of a lot of people, but I have found that I've been able to get really, really nice looks with just this palette alone, so I'm super happy with it. So, not only is just growing up hard, and we bought a house in July, and that has been a crazy transition for us, but also I have had some crazy job things happen recently. Back in November, I was no longer working for, I'm not going to get into details because I want to keep everything private, but I am no longer working for a company I was working for back in November. Lots of things happened that led to it, and I am no longer with that company. Then I actually was not able to find a full-time thing right after that, but Alex and I have a house, we had Pepper at the time, like I just need a job. So I got 2 part-time jobs, and I was doing that for a while. And one of them was one that I was on my feet for a lot of the time, and so I would just get home exhausted and just not want to do anything. And I was also very depressed because I had lost a job that was like my dream job. I had mentioned that on my channel to you guys, that I loved what I was doing and that I was like super passionate about it, and it really was a dream come true for me. So I was very, very depressed and just didn't want to do anything. When I was working, I would just kind of plow through the day, get home, and all I'd want to do is sleep and, you know, just cuddle Pepper and just not do anything and just spend time with Alex. So that was definitely a very, very difficult few months for us, financially, emotionally, everything. It was just really, really difficult. But luckily, back in April, I was able to get another full-time job, and it's using my degree. However, it is very, very far from our house, so I commute quite a long ways most days. So this has definitely kind of helped bring me a little bit out of that hole that I was kind of in, and made me feel, you know, better financially, better emotionally, more stable, and all of those things. And Alex and I love dogs, so we decided to bring another dog into the family. It's something that fills us with so much joy, and we're done for a while just with the two. But Pepper needed a friend too. We live in a condo, and it's fine. Like with Pepper, we make sure that we give her enough, you know, exercise during the day. She goes over to my parents, Alex's parents. They have yards, and she gets to run around. But I could just tell, you know, we would leave Alex's parents' house, who have 2 dogs, or we would leave my family home with my mom having Minnie, and I could just tell that Pepper just had this like sadness about her, and I knew that she needed a friend. So we definitely knew we wanted to incorporate a friend into her life. We just couldn't have done it months ago, and now we were able to do it. So this dog is an interesting situation, how we kind of just fell into the laps of Little Bean, but her name is Lily Bean. I'll show you a little clip of her kind of overlapped in this, but she is amazing. Her and Pepper get along so well. But of course, you know, there are learnings to having a second dog over one dog, but luckily, you know, it's definitely something that we're very, very happy about. Pepper and Bean get along so, so well. We couldn't ask for them to get along better. Of course, there are little fights and bickers, but could not ask for them to get along better. So very, very happy about that. And so what else has been stopping me from kind of filming / uploading is just YouTube in general. And it's funny, I'm uploading this to YouTube, but I'm going to like gripe a little bit about YouTube. Even when I was uploading, nobody was seeing my videos. My stuff just wasn't showing up in feeds. It just, you know, people were getting automatically unsubscribed for some reason. Nobody was resubscribing to my channel, so I constantly, for the past 2.5, almost 3 years now, have been at pretty much the same amount of followers, and that's super, super difficult. And not that I've ever done this for the numbers, but the numbers have always kind of come along with uploading consistently, being passionate about my content, and that's totally why I think you should upload videos. I don't think you should go into it for the money, because that's just not going to happen. You know, it's a kind of a fluke when it does happen, or not a fluke, but it definitely is, I guess, more surprising when it does happen versus it not happening. And I just have been, you know, very stagnant in my numbers. And it's just like anything in your life, you need something to motivate you and to move you forward to do that thing, even if it's something that you love and that you're passionate about and that you have so much joy in doing. If you're not getting any, you know, other gratification from it, then you're not really going to want to do it, and it's really going to unconvince you to want to work really, really hard at that thing when you don't feel like you're growing at all in it. I hope that makes sense. It's just like a job. Imagine yourself being in a job for 3 years and not going anywhere. Like, it is very, very unmotivating. And so another thing that was keeping me going, even though the subscriber numbers wasn't growing, is that I was getting more interaction. So I would post and many more of you would comment, or, you know, I would put something on Instagram and get like a ton of interactions, and it fuels you. It gives you that fire. It kicks you in the butt. It makes you want to do the thing. But with all the changes with YouTube, I would upload and one person would comment. 20 people would see it. 300 people would see it. And I have 22,000 subscribers. And that's all the people that were watching my videos. And that's probably everybody that's going to watch this. But I really just want to kind of chit-chat and talk about where I've been and why I haven't been uploading. And those are big, massive reasons. You know, big changes in my life, with my career and my everything. And then just all the changes with YouTube. This has always been such a place for me where I've been able to come and escape and feel better, especially after uploading and having that firsthand interaction with you guys and knowing that there are people out there in the world that I can connect with that love makeup and love beauty and love it as an escape and just feel so much passion behind it. But when you put it out there and it just falls on deaf ears and nobody interacts with it, nobody sees it, it just doesn't really make me feel proud of it. Part of the pride that I have in my channel is that people actually watch it and people want to see it and people look forward to seeing it. And when it comes to that state where you spend hours on something and then you put it up there and it just like plops. Like think of a big work project. You spend hours and hours on this project, or you spend hours and hours with a client, or you put together a proposal for your manager, or whatever field you're in. You've worked really hard at something and then you put it out there and nobody says anything. You don't get any response, or you get negative responses, which would be even worse, and it's not constructive criticism. It's literally just negative feedback that doesn't help you grow, doesn't help you improve, doesn't help you change anything for the better. So those have been things that have stopped me from sitting down here and putting myself on camera, spending the time to edit the video, and then getting it up on the internet. Because I want to play around with this Huda Beauty Gemstone Obsessions palette that I got. So I don't know what shade I want to play with. Let's play a little eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go with this one right here. I like this one. I'm liking the look of this one. Spray my brush with Fix Plus. Ooh, yeah. This is very therapeutic for me to talk through this right now, by the way. So, thinking of you as my little therapy session, which is kind of what it used to be to me to film. But it was like the full package. Like, I would know that in sitting down that I would be able to talk to people around the world who loved something just as much as I did. But now I don't feel like I'm talking to anybody individually because my dogs are barking. But now I don't really feel like I'm talking to anybody individually because nobody sees my stuff when I upload. I'm going to do a winged eyeliner look because that's the look I'm feeling. Actually, before I do that, I really have been wanting to play with these new Pixie glitters that I got. These were sent to me by Pixie, and they're gorgeous. They look like the Steel of Magnificent Metals, which if you know me in my real life or my YouTube life, I'm obsessed with glitter, and I want to put these on my eyes, not drop them. Let's go with these gold ones. I'm not sure like how opaque this is going to be, so let's see if it's going to totally destroy the color I have here or if it will just add some glitter. Looks like it's just adding some glitter right now. I'm barely pressing. That is gorgeous and so easy to use. I'm so excited. So I already did some tight lining. I am going to put some liquid liner on my upper lashes. This is not very common for me, but I am going to apply my foundation with my hands today. I watched Tati's video with Drew Barrymore, which did anyone else just totally freak out when they saw that. I love Drew Barrymore, and it made me really want to try more from Flower Beauty. So I actually went to Walmart, then remembered that they are at Ulta, but I knew that they were at Ulta, but I didn't know that that no longer meant they were at Walmart. Anyone else experience that? So anyways, placed an online order at Ulta because they're actually not carried in stores in my area. Long-winded way to say, I got some Flower Beauty. I'm excited to put it on my face. And in her video, in Tati's video, she actually like slathered her face in their hydrating primer and then used the foundation. Like I said, my skin is definitely more on the oily side now, more than it's ever been in my life, but I'm still going to go for that dewy look. I'm going to use MAC's Strobe Cream and just kind of pile this on my face with my hands, getting real natural here. Drew had like covered her face in highlighty goodness before she went in with the foundation, so that's what I'm doing. So I picked up the shade like P1 in this foundation. I don't actually see the shade on here, but it was definitely just the lightest shade. And what she did is she just took a pump on her fingers and then just smudged it on her face. And I actually have been going for a much, much, much lighter foundation application than I was even, 6 months ago. And I just feel like it looks better on my skin throughout the workday. So I just feel like using a little bit of foundation versus a full pump looks better on my skin throughout the day, like in an office with like those really harsh lights. The foundation, if it's too cakey, or even if I just have just a smidge too much on, it's so noticeable and it wears off so much more gross throughout the day. So just a little bit is all I use, and I actually have been using my Artis Oval 7 brush to apply my foundation. Today, obviously I just used my hands, but going the Drew Barrymore way. So I actually have her concealer as well. This is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer, and again, I don't see, oh, L12. Pretty sure I got the lightest shade in this one as well. This one actually kind of smells like the Too Faced, whatchamacallit concealer. Not their new one. The, what was it called? I used it for a while. It smells like tequila a little bit, to be honest. Could just be me, but that's kind of the smell that I get. And I'm using the Beauty Blender blusher to blend out my concealer. I really love this tool for buffing out concealer. It kind of fits perfectly under the eye. The original Beauty Blender is a little too big, and that little micro one, I can't do anything with that. I don't know who under eye area that fits, but it's like a baby under eye sponge. Little specks of glitter on my face, but that's okay. Living my best glitter life. Okay, so under eyes are nice and concealed. I really do like that concealer. It's lightweight while also still giving you very, very good coverage, as you can see. And I do notice like a little bit of light reflecting going on. Not glitter at all, don't get confused, but just a little brightness. I'm going to use the Revolution C2 concealer to conceal the redness around my nose, some little spots on my chin. I'm forever dealing with spots on my chin. All right, I need to get these brows filled in. I have a very janky Anastasia brow pencil because the spoolie always breaks off of these, and I love my spoolie attached to my pencil, so I need to like tape it back on there when it pops off. So I'm just going to quickly fill in these brows. I actually don't love doing brows. I feel like it's a necessity, but it's just something that takes extra time, and I don't want it to take extra time. I'd rather be slathering my skin in highlighter than doing my brows. I love watching people's videos where they do like how I did my makeup in high school or how I did my makeup during this time or whatever. And my makeup was very interesting because my mom didn't want me to get into makeup until I was older. So my first product was like clear mascara that she had me use on my eyes, and my lashes are red, so that was hysterical. And then I remember the Revlon cream eyeshadows were my jam. And these Pixie eyeshadow palettes that were just like all glitter, I would just douse that all over my eye. And I was also obsessed with like blues. So if you want to see how I did my makeup in college, because I didn't really do it in high school, well, maybe I could do like start with high school because it was basically nothing, and then do like college as well. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to take the Iconic London Illuminator in the shade Shine, and I'm going to pop this on the high points of my face. Actually, I'm going to mix a little bit more of the foundation in with this because I don't want too much of this shine. I just want it to be like a little bit. And having my skin be a little bit more on the oily side versus the dry side recently, I do want to be sure that I set with a little bit of powder. So I actually really love this Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. And I like this because it doesn't change the color of my skin. I am very, very fair. Even powders that are translucent or very, very light can make my skin look yellow, and I thought that a banana powder would do the same, but actually it works better at just keeping the kind of neutral, very fair look to my skin that I have versus adding, you know, a brown or like yellow hue to it. And I actually just hit pan on this. Wow. Pop a little bit under the eyes. But also in using less foundation, I've been using so much less powder, and I feel like my skin looks so much better throughout the day because I'm not like caked in foundation, caked in powder. And it just looks so much more natural, even in daylight or, you know, work lights, whatever situation I'm in. It just looks so much more natural not to have all that powder on. So I really have been enjoying the more minimal foundation powder look. I still kind of go crazy with my eyeshadow because I love glitter, but really keeping the layers to a very thin layer versus a more heavy foundation look. A lot of this glitter is falling onto my face, so we'll have to kind of see how I like those pixie shadows. You may notice my under eyes are very bare. I wait till I do my concealer and powder to put any shadows down there, just because I find that if I do it first, it ends up just all smudging away anyways, so might as well wait. Taking some of those Maybelline shadows and just going to kind of pop these under the lashes, on the lower lash line. For bronzer, this guy has been my jam. This is the Anastasia Bronzing Powder in Tawny, and I have loved this for many, many months now. It's a beautiful finish, especially for very fair skin. And I just take a fluffy brush and kind of buff that everywhere. I just clean my brushes, and I like to kind of hold out as long as possible to use them because I just love them being clean so much. But that first time you use it after cleaning them is like, everything just like blends so much better, you know? Just me? I don't know. Other video ideas that I've been thinking about is stuff about the dogs, because we do have 2 dogs now, which is definitely different than 1 dog, but even 1 dog was many learnings for us. And if you want to see any kind of videos on them, let me know in the comments down below. I don't really know what exactly I want to do, but if you guys have questions about dogs, adopting dogs, we got Pepper when she was 8 weeks, Lily Bean, she's about 7 or 8 months, and it's definitely different also having had adopted a puppy versus, or like a newborn puppy basically, versus a puppy that's kind of lived a little bit of a life before she's been with us. So let me know in the comments what your questions are in regards to puppies. And I'm going to use the Physicians Butter Blush in Vintage Rouge. It smells like, you know, sunscreen, tropical vacation. Love this stuff. The butter bronzer is a huge favorite of mine, so definitely wanted to try the blushes. I actually had tried one of them previously, but it just didn't have enough color payoff. It was like the really, really light pink, because that was the only one I could find at first, and it did not show up on my skin at all. This one definitely packs a much larger punch and is beautiful and sits on the skin really well throughout the day. And I love the scent. I was going to say smell and scent at the same time, and it was developing into its own word. Does that happen to you guys? That happens to me all the time. Now for highlighters. I picked up the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt foil highlighter in Sandcastle and Minted Mojito, and it is gorgeous. I might actually stick a little bit of this mint color in my inner corner. I love this so much. It is beautiful, but also the Pixie by Petra Glow Duo in Sunrise is gorgeous. I've been wearing this most days. I just kind of mix the two together, like just swirl it together and pop that on the cheeks. It gives your skin like a wet finish, and it's really, really beautiful. But I might actually try today to put this one on my face, because I have not done that yet. I've only used it on my eyes, the minted one. So let me stick it in my inner corners first, and then we'll go and pop it on my face. I take my Morphe R31 and we're just going to give this a try. Ready? Here goes nothing. It's definitely a statement. Oh my god. Oh my god. My life will never be the same. I'm freaking out. That is gorgeous. I'm very happy with this decision. Before I do mascara, I am going to take the Lancome Fix It and Forget It setting spray. I'm so excited. Lancome has a setting spray. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Is that too much? Is there such thing as too much? Lips first or eyes first? Let's do mascara first. So I actually picked up the Kokie mascara when I stopped by Walmart to get flower stuff when they didn't have Flower Beauty stuff. So you take this Kokie Volumize and Lengthen mascara that Tati loves. She raves on and on about this, and it's good. Let's see what we get today. I'm going to take the Makeup Forever lip liner in the shade 13, and I'm going to line my lips first. I don't know if I want to use the Kokie Kissable Liquid Lip in the shade Desire, or if I want to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Chocolate Lip Product in Candyman. They're very, very similar, but this one actually ends up looking a lot more brown on the lips. So I think I'm going to go with the Kokie one. Doesn't matter that either of them are matte because I'm going to put a gloss on top. It's a very, very comfortable liquid lip. It's not super long wearing, but it does feel really nice on the lips. I'm going to take the lip veneer in the shade Heart's Delight. And I had this in my purse. I've been loving this. It doesn't look like much, but it makes my lips look so full, like more full than any gloss that I've ever put on. So it's not like super glossy or anything. It's not a matte finish. It does have a shine to it, but it makes my lips, like, I just feel so luscious when I wear it. So that's what makeup's about. Putting things on your face that make you feel good about yourself. Well, there's my finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed me chit-chatting and kind of putting on some makeup today. I definitely have a lot more that I want to talk to you about. I just thought this would be like a nice kind of starting point for us again, just to kind of vent and have a little therapy sesh about everything that's been going on in my mind and just what's been happening for the past while, because we actually haven't even uploaded to our vlog channel in like a year, just because of all of the reasons that I kind of touched on a little bit earlier in the video. But a lot of exciting things coming up in our life, definitely kind of coming up from this darkness. It makes it sound so much more dramatic than it is, but just definitely starting to feel more like things are going in the direction we want them to be going. So yes, leave comments down below about dog videos you would like to see, any other video requests that you want on my channel, because I definitely want to kind of step out of the box of just the standard style videos, but at the same time, if you guys want to see those again, like morning routines and, you know, getting ready for work and stuff like that, I can still do those. But if there are like more wild videos, that you want to see, like me and my best friend have been talking about like having some drinks and then like making a cheesecake, thought that might be fun, or like some kind of challenge where you send us in questions, and if we get the questions wrong, we like pie each other in the face, or just anything. Let me know anything you want to see in the comments down below, and I will talk to you all very soon in my next video. Hope you have a beautiful day. Bye guys.